So when you think of Amazon, what comes to mind? Probably books, right? Or maybe electronics, or just that mountain of cardboard boxes on your porch. But what if I told you its biggest, most dominant business might actually be hanging in your closet? Yeah, because Amazon hasn't just dabbled in the fashion world, it's quietly built an absolute empire.
Okay, so just how big are we talking? We'll get this. According to Wells Fargo, Amazon sales from clothes and shoes are on track to blow past $70 billion by 2025. I mean, that is just a staggering number for a company that, remember, started out selling books from a garage. And this isn't some new development. Way back in 2018, Amazon officially took the crown from Walmart as the #1 clothing retailer in the US. And they didn't just squeak by, they are absolutely lapping the competition. Right now, their clothing sales are more than double Walmart's. Double.
So this all leads to the big questions, right? How on earth did a tech company manage to conquer the fashion world, which is, notoriously tricky? And maybe more importantly, what's the hidden cost of all that dominance? Not just for the brands, but for us, the shoppers. Let me tell you, this was no accident. Amazon's takeover of the fashion industry was the result of a very deliberate, super methodical, decade-long strategy. They played the long game. You can really trace it all back to around 2012. That's when they ran their first big Amazon fashion ad campaign, trying to court high-end brands like Kate Spade. And it worked. By 2018, boom, they were #1. Then they went even more upscale, launching their luxury stores in 2020. At the same time, they were flooding the site with over 100 of their own in-house brands. And maybe the biggest power move of all, they even got Nike to come back and sell on the platform, after Nike had very publicly left a few years earlier. So what was the secret sauce? Well, it was basically a three-pronged attack. First, they used their superpower, data. They took all our search histories and used it to create these crazy personalized recommendations. Second, they built their own army of private label brands, like Amazon Essentials. And third, they went on this massive charm offensive, aggressively going after everyone from Michael Kors all the way up to Dolce & Gabbana. Okay, but this is where the story takes a turn. Because for the thousands of brands that sell on Amazon, well, getting access to all those millions of customers, it comes at a price. A really, really steep price.
To really get why, you kind of have to understand the two ways you can sell on the platform. The first way is called first party, or 1P. That's where Amazon acts like a normal store, buying your stuff in bulk. But here's the catch. That's basically invite only now, for the huge players. Almost everyone else operates on the second model, third party, or 3P. And that's where you're just using the marketplace and paying Amazon a fee, or more accurately, a lot of fees.
And just how much are we talking? Well, a 2023 FTC lawsuit dropped an absolute bombshell. It revealed that some sellers are paying up to 50%. Half of their total revenue goes straight back to Amazon in fees. Just let that sink in for a second. For every single dollar a small brand makes, Amazon could be taking 50 cents. That leaves almost nothing for profit or for, creating new things. And it's not just one simple fee. It's more like death by 1,000 cuts. You've got referral fees, then there are fees for using their Fulfillment by Amazon service, monthly subscription fees, fees if your stuff sits in their warehouse too long, fees for processing returns, even unplanned service fees. The list just goes on, and it all adds up fast. On top of all that, sellers are under this immense pressure to have the lowest prices on Amazon, period. Because if Amazon's algorithm finds their product for even a penny cheaper on some other website, sellers say they get punished. And how? By losing control of that all-important Buy Now button, what's known as the buy box. And this isn't a small deal. That one little button accounts for a mind-blowing 98% of all purchases. Losing it is basically a death sentence for your business. So what you end up with is this classic Faustian bargain, right? A deal with the devil. The gain? You get this incredible, unrivaled access to Amazon's gigantic customer base. The cost? Crushing fees, a total loss of control over your own brand, and this constant nagging fear that Amazon is just going to copy your most popular product and sell it for cheaper. And listen, that's not just some hypothetical fear. It's real. Just ask the company Peak Design. They found out the hard way when they discovered Amazon had made an almost exact copy, a dupe, of one of their most popular camera bags and was selling it under the Amazon Basics brand.
Now, for the record, Amazon denies using private seller data to do this. But for small businesses on the platform, this is the nightmare scenario that keeps them up at night.
But look, the pressure on these sellers, it doesn't just stay with them. It creates these ripple effects that eventually impact all of us and the planet. This is really the hidden cost of all that convenience, of that one-click-to-buy lifestyle. And a huge part of it starts with something we all love: free and easy returns. I mean, who doesn't love that, especially when you're buying clothes online? But the thing is, those returns aren't actually free. Someone, somewhere has to pay for them. It's led to this huge problem called bracketing. You know what I'm talking about. You're not sure of your size, so you order a shirt in small, medium, and large. Maybe a few different colors, too. You keep the one you like and just send back the rest. From our side of the screen, it feels totally harmless, right? But behind the scenes, it creates an absolute logistical and financial nightmare. And this is the truly shocking part. Where do you think all that return stuff actually goes? Well, the vast majority of the time, especially with clothes, it's actually cheaper for the seller to just destroy it than to pay to have it inspected, repackaged, and put back in inventory. An industry expert put it bluntly: most of these returns don't go back into the system. They get sent to landfills or they get burned. So you see this toxic ripple effect, right? First, sellers have to jack up their prices for everyone to cover the financial hit from all those returns. Second, they have to pay Amazon even more fees just to handle the process of sending things back. And third, our free and easy returns are creating billions of pounds of landfill waste every single year. It's a huge environmental crisis. And all of this has just completely changed how brands feel about selling on Amazon. If you go back about a decade, say to 2015, it was seen as this exciting greenfield, a new frontier full of opportunity. But now, insiders call it a doldrum. It's become a requirement, a chore. It's something brands feel they have to do to survive, not something they want to do. I heard a perfect metaphor for this the other day. Think about a new platform, like TikTok Shop. That's the glittery, attractive thing that draws your attention. It's where you discover new products. But when you're actually ready to pull out your credit card and buy, Amazon is the giant, inescapable net that catches all the customers. So what does this all mean? It means we've pretty much reached a point where the debate is over. For brands, the question isn't if they'll be on Amazon anymore. The only question is how. And that leaves us with one final, really big question to think about. In a world where one single company effectively sets all the rules, what does that mean for the future of how we all shop?